Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to take a look at Google Earth. It's a great program to draw tracks and plan out your route, mainly because of the great satellite imagery that you get with Google Earth. Now you have to download an old version. So the version I got here, you can look under, if you have a version and need a look, it probably won't matter as long as the setup looks like this, but this one is 7.0.2.8415. The build date is 2012, and it still works. Now you're going to have to go online and search for an old version of Google Earth because the new version is online and it doesn't quite do all this stuff, at least yet. Maybe they'll implement that later. I hope they do because these are great features to draw out your route when you manually need to draw tracks, which they call paths. And now to draw, first let's take a look. This is what I have going on. You can do different colors for different paths. You can also, in this import GPX files, kind of comes out a little corny. It looks like this, but it does import it. And so it does work. Now, come back up here where I left off. This is where I stopped. And this is why Google Earth is so good, because of satellite imagery. So you zoom in, and you just got this great, awesome detail. You can see this is an OHV area. And I've never been here, so I've just stumbled across this. And of course, I want my route to go by this, because it looks like there's a free track here. Looks like they have some tires and logs and like enduro type track. Like, heck yeah, I want to stop by there and maybe take a ride along that on the dual sport and just have some fun. And it looks like you can go out and it's a riding area. There's a bunch of different trails in here. See, you can zoom in and see all these different little routes. And so even if you've been to this area before, maybe you didn't know, hey, there's a trail over here, just for example. But we're going to take a look at drawing, continuing on with my path, because they call it a path. But if I say track, it's just because I'm used to using that terminology. Now, you go up, and you will hit the add path. It brings up this window, and I'm just calling them various legs. So this is leg 6 now. I want to go to my style. You can select your color. So whatever you want to select, let's do pink. And you can change width. As you can see, 5 looks like that. I think that seems pretty good and stands out. I usually go measurement. Now the key is you want to keep this window up so you can draw your track. Now you go back over here. You can zoom in. Put a point there, point there. There we go. And use your arrow keys on the keyboard at the same time to scroll. And you just continue wherever you want to go. Now, usually when I am building a route, I've already had an idea of where I want to end up at the very end of my destination. So I have an idea of where I want to get. I want to get to there. I'm not going to bore you and show you all that way, because this does take quite a while, but I'll just show you some of the key features. Like if I wanted to turn right up here, I just zoom in, and I actually want to do more points to make that corner real crisp on my GPS. Plus, the mileage over here will work out a lot more accurately versus a lot of people will just say, okay, there to there. Well, as you can see, you're missing a lot of the turns, and it even becomes worse, if you were then to skip again. Does that tell you where you need to end up? Yeah, it gives you an idea. But if you want to know mileage, that's showing me 1.19. It's going to be a lot more than that when I start factoring in this corner there. And some people, I've seen tracks as bad as then they will go like that. Well, you miss all this. And I might want to zoom in here and actually be like, I want to take that route, not that route. Or that route, because those look like river route. That looks like, where when they get a lot of rain, the wash. That looks like the wash area. This looks like the actual route. Now, can you ride there? Yeah, probably when it's dry, right? But I'd rather pick the route that you're supposed to be on. Now, I want to delete this. I just select my point. It's blue, and I can hit the delete key, and it will just automatically go back to the last point, and we can do that all the way around, like so. And I'm kind of picky, so see, you can adjust points by selecting them, like that. Now, if you forget to reselect that one and go like that, you can see kind of just, causes a little issue on you. But you can just hit delete, delete, and go back up here, select your point, and bam, you got it, And because that's a corner, I like to always just try be detailed, just mainly so I can get the mileage. Because some of my routes, as you can see, these are pretty long, and you need to know your mileage for gas stops, and that's the other good thing. So I'm in here, and to just save that, or at least to this list, bam, it's right there. That's done. If I want to search this area for fuel, this feature still works. I can say search fuel, and it will zoom out too a little bit, but apparently there's something there, which there really isn't. It's one of those messed up deals. But I already know that's a chevron, and I use Street View on the online Google Earth to look and check out, and yeah, it looks like an active it looks like an active fuel station. It looks pretty nice, actually. This imagery was from 2015, as you can see at the bottom. Some other imagery, if you go over here, is 2017. And as you can see, there's a few different things here, but that's what's good. In combination of using Google Earth Online, you can look at Street View and sometimes get ideas. And if I didn't know if there was a gate here or not, like if I thought there looked like a black line across, I can see if this road's on Street View, drag my character over, look at it, and say, no, it's open. And also on that, get a date from the imagery. So, there's many different ways to plan your route, and this you cannot beat the satellite imagery from Google Earth. You just can. All this. You can see where people have gone. You can see that's washed out, but you can see there's tracks, fairly fresh tracks in there. Those are power lines going across, the thin lines. You just start recognizing stuff. That's, there's ruts. It's definitely used. You're going across where water runs when it's wet. So it gives you a great idea of where you want to follow, what roads. I see, obviously nature doesn't typically draw straight lines. So there's another power line road. Boom, if I wanted to come this way, I could draw a line going down, See, look, there's this big empty area. It kind of looks weird on the map. You just find cool stuff to stop and see, and places you might want to actually visit. Come down here, you got this huge ghost town. That's pretty cool, huh? And you're like, well, that looks odd. That's a prison. It was a prison, closed in 1982. Well, I definitely want to swing by there. I want to see if I can ride around that, and that's what looked like the track would be the best. So let you guys know if I actually do this and follow the track. And a road coming out and how to get through into a gas station there and up to here. And some other tips that would be good to give you is when you download an old version of Google Earth, you're going to want to go to Tools, Options, and you might want to play around with settings to your likings. Might want to change your cache. You might want to change some of that. I don't know. I didn't. Do change your mouse wheel to faster. Default's slow, and you have to rotate the mouse a lot to zoom in otherwise. But you might like that, so just change it if you want. I found it's better because when I'm working quickly, I want to go in and out pretty fast. Also select do not automatically tilt while zooming. You'll want to select that because otherwise, as you're zooming in, the display tilts. it starts going to like a 3D mode, and it's annoying. And then general, you can just, again, if there's anything you need to do or want change, these are just personal preferences. And this is another thing I did, the terrain. I said use high quality terrain. In standard, this was disabled. Enabling it, oh my god, it did make the terrain a lot nicer. And I think I changed the map size to a little bit larger. So it depends on your PC and your internet and if you can handle that or not. But see, you see stuff like that, you're like, what is that? I would say, oh, there we go, loaded. It's a solar farm. There and there. So pretty cool. So these are little tips and tricks for Google Earth. And it's a great tool to use to make your route planning and designing your venture. And I highly recommend you checking it out. Unfortunately, you're going to have to download an old version, like I said, versus the new online version. Doesn't let you import GPX files like this one does. And it doesn't let you, draw any paths that I could find. Maybe that's something they'll implement, but it doesn't do it right now as of this video. And the other thing is, make sure to go here, say save my places, just to save that occasionally, because I lost a lot of work by not saving. That was awful. So make sure you say save my places. That just kind of puts under the standard. Anytime I pop this up, this is going to be there. Or you can say save places as, and you can just do a KML file or a KMZ. So KML file, you can just say, name it whatever. I did a test here and say save, say yes. If you already have it, overwrite it. And there you go. It's pretty simple. And then you can put those files right on your Garmin Montana 650. And you should also see the lines, the color that you pick. So if you have different days, different colors, that will show up on there. Or difficulty, maybe if you want to do difficulty, like this is green and this is harder and this is black, you can do that. So that's another good feature. So guys and gals, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out trailtaker.com. Have a great one. Bye.